Let me start this off by saying first, this is the best 2K that we have had in years, but NBA 2K26 has one problem that we all know: the shot contest system. The system is completely flawed. There is nothing that Mike Wang has said before this game came out or during the time this game has been out that makes anything that I'm about to show you guys make sense. Two clips here from my new build, 6'9". I have all my badges. I have an 85 interior defense and an 85 perimeter defense. So I'm guarding a 7'4" in this clip. My problem is not the 7'4" player made the shot. My problem is that they said it was an open shot. Now while I'm talking, I'm going to play a slowed down version of this clip too, because you can see when the ball is at its highest point, my hand is already in his face. I want to talk about the obvious thing first. There is no way that I could get close enough to a player to foul him and they still label a shot open. That doesn't make sense in any basketball world, no basketball game, no basketball in real life. Does that make sense? How can I get close enough to foul somebody, but the shot he took is still open? Now I'm going to freeze it right here. This is where the ball enters the highest point right before it leaves his hands. So you see that I'm in his airspace. No, I'm not up there jumping with him yet, but it's stupid that I even have to jump, but we'll talk about that later. So I'm not jumping with him yet, but the ball is at his highest point and I'm still not there, but I'm right there in his airspace. In fact, I'm so much in his airspace that I had to go up and jump because this game encourages you to jump at jump shots instead of having a functional closeout button. I have to jump, and that's what gives me a foul. So I know a lot of you guys are thinking, well, if you're not there when the ball is at its highest point and you're not there, you don't have a hand in his face or anything, then it's an open shot. No, that's not how basketball works. If somebody is this close in your airspace, you're not even able to rise up for your shot regularly like you do, meaning that they're altering your shot, meaning you're not shooting your shot like an open shot. This isn't an open shot in any basketball world. Even if his hand's not in your face, somebody being that close in your airspace while you're trying to rise up for your jump shot, get set for your jump shot, it's going to alter the shot in some way. It's not going to feel like shooting a regular open shot. So why does on 2K26 does this say it's an open shot? And like I said, bro, I don't care that he made the shot. I think he's supposed to make this shot as a 7'4", unless my hand is in his face or something. Then he's supposed to make this shot, but it shouldn't be registered as an open shot, because if it's registered as an open shot, that tells me that I didn't affect his green window at all, and there's no way that I'm standing this close to somebody on a basketball court and not altering their shot in any way, shape, or form. I've been around a lot of basketball in my life. Not one time have I seen an open shot be a foul. How does it happen, 2K? Explain it. Talk about why I even have to foul here, because I have to jump. This game is literally encouraging us to do what you're not supposed to do in basketball. You're supposed to close out. I'm going to show you guys a clip here of a 6'10", 6'11". I think that Giannis is actually listed as 6'11". A 6'11" Giannis Antetokounmpo guarding Victor Wembanyama, who's 7'4".
Giannis being extremely physical, got a piece of it. Here's Mama.
Do you guys see how Giannis did not have to one time leave his feet to get a good contest on Victor Wembanyama here? Despite having a 5 or 6 inch height difference, Giannis was still able to get his hand on the ball with a 7'4" person rising up and shooting over him without jumping, because that's how basketball is supposed to be played. No coach will ever tell you to run and close out on somebody and jump at their shot. No coach is going to tell you to play 20 seconds of good defense on somebody, and when they go for a shot, you're supposed to jump with them. You just put your hand up and get it in their face. Why would you risk getting a foul? If they make the shot, they make the shot, but just know that that's not an open shot. Only on 2K26 are these type of shots considered open shots. Now this next clip I'm about to play, this is really to focus on my character. I'm going to play it in regular speed and then we're going to slow it down just so I can show you guys how bad 2K's contest shot system is. The reason that they're telling us to jump at these shots is such a cop-out because they don't want to fix what I'm about to show you right here. Now inside this clip, you can see he created a little more separation with the crossover. Okay, good for him. I consider that an open shot, but let's zoom in on my character just because I can see exactly what I'm trying to do, and what I'm trying to do is the right thing, but 2K just isn't functional enough to have this feature be better. From the moment this guy catches the ball, you can see my character right here. I'm already holding the stick up, anticipating the shot. Even with him getting the crossover off, I'm still holding my stick up the whole time. There should be a way for me to not have to jump here and get a foul, but still be able to close the gap. In my opinion, this is where the flaw is. You can't. There is no real way to close out. People who play 2K have figured out how to close out by just running at people with their hand up, but it doesn't function like a real closeout should function, and that's 2K's biggest problem. There should be a way for me to close the gap without me having to pretty much like scoot pretty much, because you could barely run at somebody with your hand up. It doesn't work all the time, so you're kind of scooting at them inside of a defensive position to make sure you're holding your hand up. Just look how slow you move when you have to hold this position. That's supposed to be the position that you're in inside this situation to get a closeout. I shouldn't have to jump here, but 2K tells me that I have to jump to get a contest this year. And that's just my biggest problem, bro. It has to be something besides jumping to be able to contest, because we're not going to sit here and act like a 6'11 player can't guard a 7'4 player. We're not going to sit here and act like a 6'9 player can't guard a 7'2, 7'3 player. They might not be able to lock them up, but they're going to be able to contest shots. And that's the problem with NBA 2K26. It's not the shot making. No RNG is good. If you can make your shot, despite how small the green window is, then you can make your shot. That's what we wanted. But the problem is the defense just isn't registering how it needs to. Like I said, I have no problem with the 7'4" player making a shot over me when I'm only 6'9". I have no problem with anybody making a shot over anybody, because that's what we asked for with RNG. If you know your shot, you know your shot. If your green window is tiny, somebody has a 56% contest on you, and you still make the shot, then you make the shot. You're a good shooter. The problem is right now there's barely any way to get anything over a 50% contest on a 7'4" player, regardless of what height you are. Unless you're matching a 7'4" on another 7'4", but even that gets tricky because a lot of these 7'4s are too slow to close out on anybody too. But yeah, the shot contest system, specifically when it comes to guarding 7'4" players, is completely broken. I don't care what Mike Wang is trying to use to explain all of these clips that are coming out. Bro, it's over. It's not. You guys have to go rework it. It's okay. Work on your defense. Do not put out an update. And that's the problem with all of us complaining about the same thing like this. I don't trust 2K to not be lazy here. They're just going to make shooting more difficult on the update. They're going to make shooting all around more difficult because they do not know how to make their defense better. I've been saying this before NBA 2K26 came out. But yeah, other than trying to guard 7'4" players all day, the only other problem I have on my point guard build is trying to guard these people who hide behind screens and just get a little inch of space, and they're able to create even more space with shooting their fadeaway. Yeah, there has to be a way to stop those guys too. There has to be a way to close out, and that's where I just say the closeout function. Give us a real closeout button, I guess, because just running at them with our hand on the analog stick, holding our hand up, that's not a real closeout. We need a real closeout function, because there's no way to just close the gap when somebody's going up for a fade right after a screen the way that people do. That's not skill. It doesn't take any skill to do that. It's pretty much just exploiting the game and taking advantage of 2K's lack of defensive mechanics. Because I'm not supposed to run at somebody shooting a drifting fadeaway and jump at them. That's dumb. 2K. No, like nobody should have to do that inside basketball. You're not supposed to run at somebody shooting a fadeaway and just jump at them. So please, all I ask is give us a decent shot contest system. Give us a decent way to close out on people. I don't know, bro. You guys gave us timed rebounds, maybe time closeouts, maybe just an indicator. Just let us know. Let us know. Let us see what a good contest is, because it's just so hard because there's no consistency to it. But overall, 2K devs going forward, I don't expect much to be fixed on this game, but just note it for 2K27, you guys have to take a big defensive leap that you guys should have took this year, because you guys took out RNG. No more RNG. You're supposed to take a big defensive leap, and I just don't see that defensive leap that we were all hoping for. The leap that we know that we needed to make this game balanced. To balance good offense, you have to have good defense. I've been saying that since before the game came out. You guys, it's the Casual Gamer, and I am up out of here. Make sure you follow me on Twitch at JBashStreams.